Hello, welcome to Adelaide Super League, round 2. We have tonight Northern Flyers playing against Southside Riptide. My name's Alfie.
And my name is Chantel, and we'll be your commentators this evening. The first game went super quick. I got here and it was like over. The weather's been pretty not so flash here in Adelaide. There was a thunderstorm warning and then got cancelled, so...
Slippy grass and slippy fingers.
Oh, it'll really test the catching and the throwing. Wonder how many drops there's going to be.
Tonight we have a team that somewhat resembles Northern Flyers. Looks like they've trimmed a bit of the fats. Flyers starting on offense, I believe.
Yeah, with Jack Donaldson with the pull.
Looking schmick in a polo shirt. Bring that look back.
Oh, he went with the Australia shorts, not the other ones. Yeah. So who do we have on the Northern Flyers tonight? We got Luke Myers, Captain Oscar Turnbull, Harry, Marty, Alec, 30, Johnny, Luke, and Curtis.
Get a look at that blue on khaki. All right, bit of a vet line starting out for Riptide. We've got John O'Brill, Foley, Wilson Tran, and Richie Appleby. Donda's about to come in with the pull. And Gordon and James Guerin on his left. Big pull to start the game off.
Oh, beautiful hang time.
And Oscar Turnbull fielding it. Lines himself up.
Doing a match, starting out.
All right, Ramadan. Ramadan shoots. Warren White's under it. Foley's chasing.
Tries to go over. Oh! So close, just didn't have it. There's a discussion. Calling a strip.
Johnny tries to catch it with his shoulder blades.
Beautiful thing about Frisbee being self-umpired. They have to have a discussion. There's no spirit in Super League as well at the end, which can be interesting. Foul.
Looks like an accepted foul.
But if it's a strip, that means it's a goal.
Yeah, I don't think any sane man could accept that Johnny had reasonable control of that disc at the time.
Watching the replay.
Nice shot by Ramadan. Just watching the replay here.
Oh. Not a strip.
Right.
We got it from the cameraman too.
Warren White bringing the disc back in on the end zone line. Looks for Turnbull. Can't shake off his player.
Oh, 30.
And breaks to Ramadan for the first score of the game.
What a cut to the front cone. This player just got absolutely lost. Oh, just replaying the discussion. The hand signals above the head. Trying to describe what happened. There we go. I think we're back. Oh,
looks like we were momentarily trapped in a time loop for a moment there, but we're back in.
I think we're supposed to be flipping the score.
Flyers on defense now. 1-0. Ramadan with the pull. I believe the tipping competition for tonight, the contention involves who is going to put up the most pulls.
A lot of people said Jack Donaldson.
I think this particular tip is possibly privy to a little bit of insider trading. There might be some funny business going on with that.
Might be suggesting it's a bit rigged there.
All right, pull coming up from Rodan. Inside out, back end. And Foley's putting himself underneath it. Looks like it's out of bounds.
Foley's called a brick. Disc is still a bit wet. Had to wipe it before. Looks like the Northern Flyers are doing match. Forcing away from us. Oh, beautiful
bit
break.
of a windmill from Riptide. Cut from the back and a slash cut from the one from John Brill. Puts it up on the break side to Donda. And it's got not many people in front of him to throw to, but Matty Gordon.
Oh, beautiful.
Puts it up.
He's been playing so well. He's the main scorer for Riptide.
Yeah, and a holdover from last season too. Matty had his rookie season in the 23-24 Super League. Made a little name for himself.
He was the
jumped
rookie
over
pick.
some kids.
I missed that. Yeah, he was the rookie pick. Is that what it was called? Yeah, rookie pick.
Rookie marquee, perhaps.
And he's been doing very, very well for them. A key player. Jack with the pull again.
Great no pivot break throw from Folder.
Oh, yeah. I love watching the replay. It's a little slower too. Oh, what a cut. I don't know where his defender was. Beautiful cut to the back corner of the end zone and a nice throw by Jack. There's not much wind here tonight. The last couple of weeks there's been a bit of wind, so it'll be interesting to see players throwing with this no wind. Hopefully some bigger shots seen tonight.
For those keeping track at home, this is Donda's second pull. For those tipping recreationally. Outside out roller, not sure I would have thrown that. Comes up a little short, fielded by Maya. Maya to Turnbull.
In the middle of the field.
Looks off a totally free Maya.
Curtis.
Kleinig in the middle of the field. Nice cut there by Little. And he's thrown to. Huge bid from Tran. Ramadan deciding to stop his cut prematurely to concentrate really hard on catching the disc. Doesn't quite work out.
You can't do that when you got Tran on.
All right, Foley with the Frisbee, puts it up straight away. On the open side, Johnny Brill gets it in the lane. Looks deep.
Matt was
and
nearly
continues
on.
again to Matt Gordon. And that's a break for Southside Riptide. Off a huge block from Tran. Oof. I want to get another look at that.
We should replay that. I don't think we'll get to potentially see a replay, but viewers can rewind or watch later, which I reckon he will be doing.
I reckon the second game of Super League is always the best game.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what the weather is, the first always gets the extreme conditions. It's always tempered down a little in game two.
Donaldson's got the disc in hand again. I think he nearly did. I took stats last week, and I think he did nearly every pull. He had 1 point off, and he did every pull.
Yeah, I think he likes holding onto the disc a bit.
Just a little. And he's working on trying to get more accurate of getting it in the field. And I think he did a pretty good job last week. His percentage was pretty high. But the roller, he didn't pull that out last week. And the disc is up.
All right, big inside out lever pull from Donda. Pretty deep pull and bravely caught by Maya. I don't think I would have tried to catch that. Tonkin in the middle to 30. And a shot goes up to Alec Little. Matty G's under it. This is a good matchup.
Oh. That was really
Not sure if
clean.
there was a touch on that from Matty G, but great get up.
That was beautiful. That was clean Frisbee.
Can't fault the throw, I reckon. I don't think I would have thrown that. I think if you see either of those boys gunning to the end zone, you just turn your brain off and put it deep. All right, we've got Tran coming in. Donda. We've got Matty G streaming deep, but he's looked off Ryan Froud. Breaks to Tran, but there's no continue. John Brill. Matty G.
Oh.
And puts up a shot!
A little too far. Oh. Slides a little bit.
And left untouched, it seems, by Wilson Tran.
I don't know if
Good
he was
run, though. I think he
did
did
the greatest.
I think he did everything he could there.
Oh, yeah. There was no way he was getting that. That wasn't staying in. Oh, we got a replay. Yeah, that was out the back. Little too much juice by Matty G on his flick. But nice throw. Right idea, no wind, so good time to try. Got Marty picking up the disc, walking to the front of the end zone with Appleby on the mark. Still playing match because there's no wind.
30 cutting out of the 1.
Oh, beautiful cut from the back of the stack.
Little good continue, well timed. And Buckland going deep, not looked at.
Oh.
Johnny looked off. 30 up the line in power position, looking for Johnny, shoots it.
Beautiful flick. Love the shape. Coming back in the middle of the field. He gets that one.
Veteran read from Warren White, just coming home from a Masters campaign. Having put a lot of work in the lead into that. A lot of running sets which went unseen. Probably in some of the best physical condition he would have been in recently, I reckon, Johnny. Very good, very valuable draft pick from Turnbull.
I didn't get the opportunity to watch the draft this year. I normally love watching it. It's very... Do you play, like, offense or defense when doing the draft? That's what I wonder.
I think you have a plan, and then your plan goes to shit about 20 seconds in.
They always...
Tyson quote, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Right. Everyone comes with their laptops with their list of who they want, and then all of a sudden they're taken. Classic.
Yeah, the over-engineered spreadsheets.
I so actually want to see one of their spreadsheets of like how they planned it out and just like the amount of times it's just like, ah, shit, cross that one out.
So it's 2 apiece. We have Flyers Alec Little with the pull.
I love the different coloured cleats. He's been doing that since I don't know how long he's been doing that, but ever since he has been playing in SA.
Yeah, I don't know if I love it, but it is December, so Christmas is coming.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that they were Christmas
All right,
colours.
Ben Foley sets himself up underneath the pool. Easy one to Tran. And
Ooh.
looks like a bit of a horizontal from Riptide. Kind of love that. Back to Foley. Things have stagnated a bit downfield.
Calling for someone to cut.
Donder with I think that's the fastest I've ever seen Jack run for a Frisbee.
Oh, the flick.
And shoots to a...
Oh! What a
Oscar
beautiful...
waiting for it. Gets his bid in, but unrewarded. Great peel off by Turnbull.
What a snatch.
We have John Brill looking for a score. Up the line to Tran, and it goes wayward into the hands of Marty Tonkin, who just kind of stands there and laps it up.
It's great being tall. It's great.
All right, Oscar. Back to Marty.
Johnny cutting. Oh, no, it goes to 30 in the middle.
Great expansive throw to Maya. Nice zippy one to Little. Will he shoot it?
Oh, he looked for that flick. Was it Curtis running deep? It's coming back under now. Back to Oscar in the middle of the field, and he flicks it up.
That's gone up a fair bit.
To Little.
Oh,
has he got that?
Oh,
to yes.
Give Little some nice space to run onto the disc.
He was a decent amount in front of Jack. Jack wasn't catching up. And then Little's pretty tall as well. Beautiful throw. I'm loving seeing these hucks this week. I love it when there's no wind. The height on that.
That's an interesting throw because it puts the offense at a complete advantage, and it's quite difficult, I think, for Donda to really do anything in that position.
Tallest guy on the field, and there was literally nothing he could do there. That was completely to the offensive advantage.
Looked a bit wacky out of the hands, but I think it did all the right things. 3-2 to Flyers, and looks like it's going to be Marty Tonkin with the pull. I think the disadvantage for those tipping Oscar for most pulls this week is that you've got a lot of pull-hungry players on Flyers who like to have the Frisbee in their hands. Does feel nice, kind of holding a disc.
This is the second time I've played. The first time it went to Southside. Southside have won all their games. The Flyers currently haven't got a win yet. Is tonight the night where there's no wind and when Flyers have got some key players out and their subs in?
That's a pretty good pull from Tonkin. Lands roughly around the brick mark, but it had a good shape to it. We've got Foley picking it up, centers to Tran. Tran finds Donda in the middle of the field, completely unguarded, no stall, has all the options in the world.
It's for Tran. Oh,
And
flick
puts
is
one up to John Brill.
Has he got there?
All the
Oh,
space in
no.
the world, and I think I would have done the exact same thing, to be honest.
Tried to catch it above his head. Just knocked out of his hands.
Right, Maya picks up.
He's jogging it to the front.
Great initiation from 30. Looked tough. Tonkin.
Just the break.
Back to Maya. Kleiner goes deep. Not enough. Bit too disconnected. Got Buckland under it.
Oh, that was a
It's going to be a turn. Gordon's going to be the one to claim the points.
Foley.
Back into safe hands of Ben Foley. Finds Jack Donaldson.
Middle of the field. Oh, does the break.
Tran. Pick called on the field.
I'll have a...
That's a nice feeling, I think, if you're playing defense in that position.
I don't think I've ever called a pick. I need to get better at that. Oh, Donaldson.
Zippy lefty backhand. That's a dangerous one, I think. A little bit of swirly wind floating around. There's the risk of that going errantly and going a little bit too zippy, but just well placed into the break side of Donaldson there.
He had to catch it pretty low. He had to bend his back a little.
And Donaldson clambering around the Frisbee on the ground.
Jack pulling again. Yep, disc in hand.
Like a seagull to a box of chips.
He's like, it's mine. I love that.
He does have the Aussie shots.
He does. Wearing his Aussies kit. Came back from U24 selection camp over the weekend in Melbourne.
Yeah, 2 players on the field tonight who've just been to 24s. Jack Donaldson and Oscar Turnbull. Heard good things about both.
We wish our SA players very good luck. Apparently the weather on Saturday was not good. It just rained, so that would have been interesting. But Sunday was better, so very good to see a couple of SA people out there.
This is a D-line if I've ever seen one from Southside Riptide. A lot of, take this how you will, a lot of defensively oriented players. I can't wait to see this line play some offense.
The pull is up.
Goofy little wind up into a roller, which finds Maya and Tonkin already claiming a little bit of ground.
In the middle of the field.
Flies like about halfway up the field, and the shot goes up to Johnny.
Oh!
And it's almost a freebie.
That was a really quick point. That just happened. Flashed. That walk back. That was a low throw, like chest height.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that could have gone wrong with that throw, but
no one could cut it off from Southside.
really working hard, but I think just a little bit out of position there.
It was fast, but chest height. But they can be dangerous. Someone can come through and block that. But no, that one worked tonight.
Billy's doing a lot. Good work rate. Having captained Riptide for, I reckon 3 consecutive seasons, perhaps 4 even.
And normally Flyers is captained by the Sean Davis.
Ooh, is that a no pivot forehand hug from Tonkin?
Wonderful replay again. I missed that. The signal of the goal. Yeah, the Sean Davis is travelling around Australia right now in his van. He's nearly back. Comes back in January. I don't think he's playing at all, but normally he captains the Flyers. I think they won 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Oh, mate, you just kind of tune it out after a while when they win so much.
He's a very good player, very exciting player.
I see their hot tub victory parties, and I usually just close the tab and have a little cry.
Little with the disc again.
From the commentary box, it feels like this is an upwind pull. I could be mistaken.
I'm feeling a little bit of a breeze. Just got confirmation from a player on the sideline that is an upwind.
That's a pretty nice pull from Little. Richie Appleby fields and finds Wilson Tran in the middle. Jack Donaldson gets his hands on the disc again. Reckon probably the player that Riptide want to be touching the Frisbee the most tonight. Looks kind of more locked in than usual. Nice cut
Jordan.
from Froud, but not.
Back to
Finds Teen
Jack.
instead. Back to Jack. Brill.
Back to
Donaldson. Nothing upfield. Looks for Brill.
Still
Looks him
looking
off.
upfield.
Tran.
Oh.
Finds Little instead. Slightly misplaced, but well positioned by Little.
Oh,
And big
Oscar
cut from the
goes
back of
up.
the stack. Harry Buckland underneath it, and Richard Appleby.
chasing that. Oh, his own player takes him out.
Look of anguish on the face of Buckland. That looks a bit scary. But it's taken straight into the sideline. No stoppage of play. Back to Warren White.
The flick to
Ramadan.
I want to see a replay of that after this point.
Little
Back
in the
to
middle of the
Little.
field.
Oh, beautiful cut by Buckland. Back to Little. Cut by Turnbull. Looking for the cut at the front of the end zone. Little clears, and Johnny does the same
Jack's
cut.
underneath this. Whew.
Jack just too tall and too on his player.
Yeah, I think the window for that throw was a little bit too large, especially when Donaldson's on defense.
Oh, he
Johnny
was-
won't be happy about that one. I
He
think
was
he
on his shoulder.
think he was giving Oscar some instruction after that went up.
About that should have been a flick.
Got Tran coming in on the sideline. Dumps to Appleby. Nice connect up to Brilly. Gains some
We
yard
have
back.
two
We got 10
streaming deep.
back of the field. Neither are thrown to. We got Gordon in the underspace. A rare sight. Tran,
Tran.
a little snatch on the sideline. I think I would have looked that off.
Jack's been summoned in by Tran.
Nice around there. To Brill.
Then he'll do the break
Continues
around.
around Donaldson. And Matty G cutting
streaming
deep,
back.
but not found. Some cuts from the one who looked off. And
Oh, great fake.
Brill's there, but goes for Gordon
Oh.
instead.
I think that's the
And-
first drop of the night that was pretty secure. This might still be a little wet because the ground, but hasn't rained this game yet, but it was pretty bad that first game, so
A
the
little-
ground would be very wet.
A little wet. I would use the adjective stone cold, but Tonkin to Warren White. Crams it down the lane to Buckland. Spends a lot of time looking downfield. And Oscar down the
Oh.
line, but snatched by Jordan Teen.
That was a very tight window.
Brill takes in straight away, playing fast. Finds Donaldson in the
to
middle of the field. He's got a lot of options here. I reckon he's going to find Matty G, and he does, upfield. Nice cut there from Teen. Nice 7, but
Not thrown to.
flow kind of stalls to Brill. He's got
Jack's
Donda
back.
completely on. Oh, no look to Donda.
Back to Brill. Who's going to cut into that handler space? This looking, oh no, staying on that sideline. Back to Brill. Keep cutting to that front cone. Back to Wilson. Will they swing it? Where's the continuation on the other side?
A couple of switches happening downfield from Flyers. Nice bit of containment defense.
Back to Wilson.
I reckon they might hold him here for a little bit.
They're really stuck on this sideline. Oh, beautiful. Really, I love seeing the commitment to catching. Like that one from Buckland, I can't wait to see a replay of that. A stoppage. The Little tap the disc back in. Oh, an
Inside shot
break.
to Jordan Teen.
Oh,
Bookends. Bookends for
Beautiful.
Jordan Teen, who, I reckon, was probably one of the most valuable picks in the draft. Let's see where he went. Let's check the draft.
this is his first year playing Super League. He played Social this year, City Social League, and maybe even State League, but definitely City Social League, and this is his debut in Super League this season. And he's playing very well. Very recognisable with the yellow hat. I think he always wears that every week. Easy to pick him. Oh, the Vegemite.
Patriotic.
Someone's standing in the way.
Yeah, he's a muscly bloke. I wouldn't like that running at me if I was playing defense.
On the hat backwards too.
Bold statement. That's the sort of thing that you need to wear to a under-24 selection, I reckon. Get some coach's eyes on you. Nice, big, ugly fashion statement. Maybe something like a polo shirt under a t-shirt. I don't know. I think that'd do the job as well.
I don't know who's done that. Maybe number 6. that you can see on your camera there, who's also loves to wear a hat. I never not see him wear a hat. But he wears it forwards, not backwards.
4 apiece, and I feel like this game could go either way. I reckon coming into tonight, I was probably tipping, I think most people were probably tipping Riptide to take it home, but Flyers, again, having trimmed the fat.
Are really fighting. Like, I'm impressed. Maybe their subs, like, they're doing really well. Like, the team is gelling for having, I think, 4 out and then 2 new players in. And then a smaller roster as well, if I have a look. But
Yeah, only 1 in tonight for Flyers, with Kleinig victory out for illness, I believe. So looks like a roster of 8 players, 1 sub.
9.
Arithmetic was never my strong suit.
There's, oh, yeah, they only got the 1 sub, so wonder if they'll run out of energy as the game goes on. We're only 25 minutes in and it's 4-all. There's been a couple of breaks by both sides and some long points as well. Oh, Donaldson getting rid of the hat. Just threw it under the table. I don't know what that means. Why is he wearing the polo under the shirt? Interesting choice. It's not even that cold this evening. It's pretty warm today. Kind of humid with the rain. It's actually turned out to be quite a nice evening for this game. But the wind is starting to pick up.
I reckon these are conditions that probably favour the sort of player like Tran and Turnbull. Just a good night to send your body flying around and slip about on the grass. Ramadan as well.
We've already seen it. Like, each of those players have already done it once tonight, and I reckon we'll keep seeing it. Oscar stepping up as captain of the Flyers. And he can really lift a team. He's one of those players.
Oh, Donaldson with the gun show and the pull. Get that man a cheeseburger.
Got the guns out.
Big pull there. That's going to have a
beautiful hang
good hang
time.
time. Maya fielding it, bravely caught. Looks off Tonkin, I think quite wisely in the middle, and finds a beautiful zippy inside to Little.
With the Christmas cleats. Oh,
Warren White pulls out of that contest there.
That was just 4 players just in the way, 2 from each.
Got Brilly with the disc. Looking for Tran.
Oh, beautiful.
30 playing a tiger mark there on defense.
Had his back
I would have been
completely
scared
to
to throw that as well. We got Garin with the disc back to Tran. There's a continue there to Brill, and he takes it. Nothing upfield though, no final continue.
So probably come back to Tran. No.
Froud hanging the break side, not found. Tran on the line, and Foley, not quite though. Will he get it? And he gets it! Tran to Foley, the veteran connection.
I thought he
Tail
was going to have to lay out for that.
as old as time.
Call him mold. That was just experience. Like, that disc did not behave as they originally thought, but be able to quickly read that. He tried to jump and catch it in front of him, and then he saw, like, the wind kind of like pushed it up, and he had to turn around and run to the back of the end zone and watch the line. That's just experienced players who know how to read the disc.
And somehow the disc has ended up back in the hands of Donaldson. I reckon there's some funny business going on with this tipping competition. Perhaps there were a few post-game beers on the line.
Oh.
And again, a pretty D-line looking line from Riptide.
This is also, we've got James Guerin on the line. This is his first Super League season. He's been playing a bit of City Social League, State League, played for UniSA, and then went to Discosaurus and doing pretty well there. 5-4. We had a score check from the Flyers captain. Southside up by 1. And the disc is up.
Flat pull from Donaldson. It will land quick into the hands of Kleinig. That's a...
Oh, Kleinig in the handler space.
We've got a horizontal look from White. Tonkin with the disc. Big cut from Buckland deep, but it's looked off. We find Ramadan. Wilson close on his tail.
Looked for the flick up the line.
2 cuts to the same space from Warren White and Kleinig. Breaks to Meyer and not
Just
quite
fell
enough on
short.
it there. Strange shape on that disc.
Just fell in front of him. I don't think he was expecting it to behave like that.
Yeah, tricky one to read from Meyer. Brilly with the disc, looks up the line. Not finding Gordon. But
Break
Donda's
of
all the way out
Donaldson.
on the break side in an island with lots of choices.
Oh.
Oh! And he finds Froud, who can't hold on to it. So many options to throw to there, like being in a gelato shop and not knowing what flavor to pick.
We get a replay of this. Oh, he did the cut twice. Johnny had his back to him. Cut to the front cone, kind of stayed there. And
Fumble aside, I reckon I'd probably pin that one on Donaldson. I think Froud had totally changed his momentum by the time the throw went up, but we have Little with the disc now. A little stopped cut. I think that might be a pick down. Surely not a...
I don't think it was
some kind of stoppage.
some cool was travel.
Travel. Oh, so the 5-4 travels are coming out. Let's see how that continues.
Oh.
Bit of a wobbly boy to Little, and not many yards gained from it.
Look for the high up the line to Johnny, but Foley D's that one.
And the classic Johnny coaching after the turnover.
Don't throw that.
Trans bringing it in on the sideline. Flat mark from Johnny. Only options to Foal, and Marty's there, but gets it to Foal.
Continuation on the other side.
Blues offense quite disconnected, but gets a wide one to Froud. Gordon kicking downfield. Foley.
Break around to Foley. The continuation to Brill. James Guerin
Great cut
streaming
there from
deep,
Gordon.
but over the top to Donaldson.
Well looked up there from Donaldson. I reckon Marty would have had a hand on that had he thrown it. Finds Wilson. Beautiful forehand.
Oh, that's
Gordon.
close.
Alec again on his tail.
They're a great matchup. Very exciting matchup to watch. We've seen a couple of swings here. It's gone to the sideline and back to Wilson.
I think this sort of pendulum offense from Riptide really suits them. Foley with the disc from Tran. Back to Tran.
Just got to be patient.
I think we'll see a similar thing, sort of dumping back to Foley. Swinging offense. All it takes is one continuation after the fact. Ooh, very zippy low pass. And
oh, Matty G.
what in the somersault was that?
I have no idea, but commitment.
Pretty cool.
Back to
Tran on death's door. Donda's going for the cone.
Beautiful. The classic catch.
Home safely.
The safe catch.
And I believe that makes us 6-4 to
That's a
Riptide.
break. That's a break to Riptide.
Flyers need to lock in here, I think. Scoreline's tight, but a couple more of those and things start to get out of reach. I think the more points that Turnbull plays here, the better. And it looks like we have a timeout call. It's I think it's deceptively warm here in Adelaide. I think it's the kind of muggy, humid night that I reckon 10 points into a game probably
Struggling
warrant
to breathe.
a nice little stopgap like this. Maybe just to stop the bleeding a little bit from Turnbull.
We have Donaldson coming over to steal my water. Thanks. You're welcome. It is cold. So it's 6-4 Riptide's way. They just got a break. And then the Flyers called the timeout. They really need to score at least one more, maybe two. Ideally take the half, but you don't want to big arm it into halftime 4-8, 4 down. It's not what they want, so I reckon Turnbull back on, hopefully get this hold, and then ideally a break before half would be ideal for the Flyers. Yeah, Riptide have a bigger, looks like they have a bigger squad.
So who's looking fresher coming out of 24 selections, JD or Oscar? I've seen
JD's
Oscar doing heaps this point, this game, sorry.
I reckon JD, he's getting the disc just a lot this game, but
He's making the right choices with the Frisbee as well. He sort of feels focused, I think is the word I've used to describe him.
he's locked in. Pulling well, making good decisions as a handler. I like seeing him in the handler space. He's got the throws. But he's a very versatile player. He can go deep as well, which is just really threatening. Which you see on defense. He's deep, and then offense.
Yeah, let's glaze some other players. How good is how good's Brilly looking tonight?
Oh, so good.
With those shorts and skins, I mean.
That's not what I was going to talk to. Oh, man. Nah, I think they're all doing really well. The patience in the offense from their experienced handlers.
Yeah, I reckon Tran's doing a lot of work here for Riptide. I think that's the kind of offense that often goes underappreciated, not super flashy. He's done a lot of bids defensively, but sort of the kind of mindset that when you do things right, people don't know that you've done anything at all. I think that's the kind of Frisbee that Wilson's playing tonight. Also, Matty G, I think, doing a lot to open up the field with his cuts.
And he's cutting under too. He's really, like, just not always streaming.
Cutting under and putting shots up.
Oh, love to see it. But it's really good. Like, the swing, it looks just like that patience. It looks easy, but it really just isn't. It requires a lot of experience and just patience. Oh, we're not keeping up with the manual scoreboard, which is in front of us. I keep forgetting it's there. We don't have many people on the sideline this evening. We have some of the ladies after playing their game. They play in the earlier time slot. They do a similar thing with 4 captains and do kind of a draft, which is cool to see. And that's getting... It had a season... This is the second season. It had a season break, like COVID. And that's getting bigger than last year, which is cool to see.
Right, I reckon if you played the tipping comp and you put anyone other than Donaldson, you've probably got your hands in your head right now. Or your head in your hands, perhaps. Looks like Oscar's squaring up to field the pull, but it goes to Meyer instead.
Standing in the middle of the field looking for that pass.
I think we need to see some expansive throws from Turnbull. Some classic Oscar power position backhand hucks. And there's a big cut made from Little. Johnny looks it off, possibly related to the fact that it was on the there's a forehand force involved. Ramadan. Haven't seen Ramadan with the disc a lot today.
To Little. They're forcing to that sideline.
Ooh, I reckon Froud possibly had an opportunity for a poach block there, but back to Ramadan. Warren White. Looks off Meyer. Oh, throws it to Meyer.
The under by Meyer. Trying to get it back into the middle of the field.
Turnbull.
Don't want to keep it on that
Warren
sideline.
White. Ramadan.
They're on the break side and they're streaming down. Might have to...
Quite a lot happening downfield.
Turnbull. We got a straight up mark. Back to little dump behind to Johnny. Throws it into the middle of the field to Ramadan with the continuation from
nice
Buckland.
Shot there to Buckland. Really opens up.
Beautiful
opens
cut.
up the space with the throw. And
I don't know what throw that, but that worked. That's a goal. That's what they needed. That's a hold. Luke with the catch to that pretty bladey throw.
You just throw that to make the game look a bit more exciting, I think.
Yeah, that was purpose. Yeah. That's he meant to do that. He got low to throw that flick. The shape was, he had to curve it out the field a little to get it back in.
I reckon it was possibly a block opportunity if he'd gotten off his feet there, but I'm not one to talk. And
oh, we're getting a zoom in on the ambulance streaming down the road there.
An ambulance has been called for Northern Flyers. Will it make it to the field on time?
And it's off.
Somebody needs to stop the bleeding.
And they did that at that point. It's now, they're only one down and they got the disc in hand. They need to get this. This break would be good. We got Little with the disc. He's done most of the pulls this evening.
Little also a player who clamours to the disc like a seagull to chips.
Jack and Little, if they were on the same team, who would have it? Who would want it more?
I think I know the answer to that one.
Oh.
JD. Looks like a match defense being called by Turnbull.
We've seen no zone this evening. And it's just that wind. Yeah, there's not much of it. Last couple of weeks there's been so much zone, and tonight haven't seen any. I don't mind it. Little with the disc
Pretty
up.
good pull there. It'll
Very
probably land out of
high.
bounds, but
Out of bounds. Tran gonna go pick up the disc called a brick, so he'll just casually walking over to pick it up.
I reckon he pulled that from the other side of the field. He would have been fine.
Calling the play as he's walking to pick up the disc. Still hasn't picked it up. There we go. Walking back.
Oh, and a T-stack from Riptide. That's a fun one.
I have not seen this before. We got the two experienced kind of handlers.
So we have Foley and Donaldson out in the lane. I wonder who's going to be initiating here. I think we're going to find Donaldson in the underspace and probably a jack shot to Foley. That's my tip.
I'll just say the other way.
Nah,
I was off.
I've cooked it there.
It was the other way. Donaldson he's a dangerous matchup going deep.
definitely a set play.
Oh, two.
The stack's moved into the middle, clearing out a lot of space for Donaldson. Very well executed T-stacker, I think.
Into the middle of the field. Oh, no. Oh.
Opts to throw it into the ground instead.
Well, he had to lay out to that, but I don't think he got.
I think a
close to
frustrating
that.
one if you're Appleby there.
He should have been dumped to him in the middle of the field. He was pretty open.
Turnbull. Nice undercut from Alec. Well set up.
He's doing really well this evening. He's just timing his cuts really well.
Begging loudly for something to happen downfield. Kleiner gets up and fumbles. We've got really immediate pickup to Foal.
Not wasting any time this evening. The high to Donaldson on the line.
Donaldson milks it just enough on the sideline. Looks off Brilly. Tells him to work a little bit harder. Foley trying to pull lasso Richard Appleby in from the other side of the field.
Beautiful continuation
nice
by
throw,
Garrett. That swing, they've done it again. Oh, to Donaldson at front corner of, oh no, there might have been a call.
Donaldson looking for his defender.
We have a pick. We have a pick. Maybe the defender got lost in the pick.
Lost in the sauce.
Let's see a replay of this pick. You can't. Was it? Where was the pick?
There's probably a pick in there if you look.
Somewhere.
Squint hard enough. Not too sure though, to be totally honest. Maybe that's a veteran pick call.
We've got Matty G with the disc, forcing to that sideline, dumps it to Tran. Back to sentence to Foley, swings across to Appleby. We had, who was that streaming to the front? That was Guerin. And then
Tran
Wilson
on the line, on the doorstep.
did the same cut and
Gordon's
it worked.
there.
Jack!
Oh,
he'll just
the
do it
inside
again.
forehand, blading around into the lane.
That one got taken
Beautiful
away.
shot. That is a really hard throw to train as well. Score is now 5-7 to Riptide.
See that throw again by Tran. Oh, that was a flick as well.
So I think many players in the modern era opting to throw that outside in blade, kind of moving away from the cutter instead of the traditional inside out forehand. Interesting look, just a tricky one to get right. Your brain wants you to throw to the player more often than not.
Beautiful read by Donaldson. Beautiful throw, beautiful read. Just two great players. Who do we have on for the Flyers? They really need to get a break. If Riptide get this, goes to half. They just have to hold.
Yeah, I reckon if Riptide can find a break and put this in for half, then it's probably night, take a melatonin for Flyers.
We got Ramadam off on the sideline to the right of us. He's been a key player for the Flyers. I would say this is a point.
Bit of a low, fast, bullety pull from Donaldson. Meyer finds Turnbull in the middle of the field. Nice throw to Little.
He's been doing some great undercuts this evening. Back to
Turnbull calling for the disc.
Oh, he goes up
That's
with
the
the
kind of
flick
throw
to
we're
Little.
looking for from Turnbull. Tries to find Little and well read in the end zone.
He was in the underspace and then streams back. A lot of running by Little. We love that. It's 6-7 Riptide's way. What a close game. I'm loving this.
Little, I think, is going to be very useful here for Flyers to be able to hang on in this one.
The fact that he's timing those undercuts so well and then can still stream deep and read it, very threatening.
Yeah, who do you put on him? I reckon you keep Gordon on Little.
Oh,
it's
they're a
probably
great
the correct matchup.
Great matchup. They both love a jumping contest in the air, both love streaming deep, and then tonight we've seen unders from both of them, so they're playing a very similar role.
I think you probably want a matchup that has the ability to probably contain more. I think that the danger with Little is probably the disposal and then the immediate cut to the end zone. That's the one you want to contain and take away. Being able to get in the contest is fine, but it's tricky to be in the contest when there's 5 meters of separation.
We've got Johnny with the disc. Little's not pulling this one. Standing on the far sideline, so hopefully...
Turnbull's mullet just in the bottom of frame. Off the field. I think I'd like to see that mullet on the field.
On the field. We had Ramadan off the last point and now Turnbull off this point.
They know they can both play at the same time, right?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a beautiful pull.
He stood
outside
more
and backhands.
That side of the sideline, so still landed in. Volley picking up the disc, centering to Tran, swings to Donaldson.
Donaldson needs to abuse this matchup, I think. He's got the legs on Tonkin.
Again, Matty
he's
G
got
with the under, then the over to Donaldson in the middle of the field with no mark on him.
Questionable dump pass, but lucks out on the fact that Marty's not playing defense. Beautiful strike cut from Foley. He gets
Power
thrown to
position.
with a derpy little helicopter.
Oh, we have...
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
That was just fast. And I don't know if many people were expecting that. Good idea, good cut. Only one player did it, so it wasn't too crowded.
I think that's well executed if 30's not in the picture. If Tran has the entire break side to be able to catch that uncontested, that's a goal, but probably need to play to the defender there.
We've got Marty walking to pick up the disc. Drying it off a little bit. Coming to the front of the end zone with Donaldson on the mark. Forcing to the sideline.
Big leading up the line pass from Tonkin to Maya. Maya looking deep, shoots it up.
That's
Who's
very
underneath
high.
it? It's Little. It's
There's
everybody's
everybody.
underneath it. Buckland. I reckon it's Buckland. Takes it home. Kleinig. Can they put it in? Little fumbles it. But
Johnny. Oh. Everyone on the sideline was on their feet for that one too. That just happened so fast. There was so much. I reckon all 14 players were under that disc. They were just everywhere. And then the quick little passes between Kleining and Buckland.
God, that was a lot of adrenaline.
Oh, need to breathe for a second. So we had Foley with the disc, back to Donaldson, back to Foley. Donaldson cutting to the line. They're forcing that fast sideline. Donaldson looking upfield.
Nice find there to Tran. You'll find Brilly.
Oh,
and
the up
Tran
the
again.
line
Maybe a
to
little bit
Tran.
on the border of what you can throw.
Matty G streaming
You've
back.
got Teen there out in the space, and
Oh, beautiful.
Brilly's out there for him.
He's just playing. Jordan's playing very
JD.
reliable tonight.
JD
It's good
finds
to see.
Foley's back shoulder
Beautiful.
and completely removes Ramadan from that contest with the throw.
That was a beautiful
Beautifully
throw.
well placed.
Beautiful throw to the advantage of the receiver. And that takes us to half, I believe. Yes?
Yeah, Riptide take half.
Oh.
8-6.
Oh, Donaldson coming over to celebrate his throw. Pretty good throw. Watching it on the replay.
We've got the classic Foley beard as well. Bring back the Foley beard.
So it is
Savage era.
6-8. We're 50 minutes in. So a long game. Teams breaking and then going point for point. Like Alfie said, bit humid. So not the easiest. Oh, the Flyers have got out the orange slices. Maybe that's the energy they need.
I don't know what the conversion rate is for orange slices to points on the board. Let's find out.
The science experiment. Teams will now go into their little circle and talk some strat. Flyers going to work out how they're going to stay in this game. I don't think they're completely out this. Only 2 points behind. But yeah, I think my tips with Riptide. I think we got some replays here.
Yeah, I think Riptide's offense is probably looking the cleanest. I think over the last few seasons, Brilly's really kind of hammered in a very flowy and tempo-y sort of offense, which is coming out pretty clearly in this sort of pendulum that they're running with this vertical. It's sort of emerging through their vertical. Looked like at the start of the game, Flyers are running that sort of cut from the one and continue from the back. I think I'd like to see a few different looks. Like the Horror's been out, saw a T-stack.
Oh, that T-stack, that was different.
The question is how is Oscar going to call an offense to best utilize his damaging cutters? I think he's got. I think we need to see more shots go up, and I think we need to see an offense which sort of prioritizes the kids who are doing a lot on the field.
Because you got the ones that can stream deep. You got Little, you got Buckland, Jordan is on the other team, but you got Curtis can also go deep as well. Jack's taking the polo off. Yeah, I just think Riptide's offense is just too good. It's very clean, very patient. It's just textbook.
Yeah, they got a lot of long boys to clean up their shitty throws as well.
It's great being tall, long limbs. They do have a lot of tall players.
Nice feeling having a big bucket to throw to.
Oh, I love watching all the replays,
I
all the
reckon that was
highlights.
a no pivot huck.
I don't know how he threw that. To get the distance too, with the no pivot. Not much of a celebration. I love a good celebration. Oh, it's very slow-mo. Then the little bit of the talk afterwards by Johnny to Buckland. Oh, beautiful inside. Oh, great cut. To the break side.
1, 2, Riptide!
I think we're about to come back on. Riptide are super keen. We have visitor from Seoul coming over. Alfie's a little burnt from beach. Here in Adelaide, we have each year a beach tournament called Big Kev's, where the profit made from the tournament goes to the winner charity of choice. Layouts everywhere. Some sick photos are coming on the event thing. I've got to go through them and put them out. They'll be coming very, very soon. Get keen. Great day. It was a little windy. It picked up in the afternoon. The sun was very deceptive. A lot of people didn't realise, it was only low 20s, didn't realise the UV and got a bit burnt. Myself included. Yeah, but all round a very good day and can't wait until next year. I think it's one of the highlights of Frisbee here in SA.
Coming in after half, 6-8's a very dangerous score. I think there's a lot of sheets which can be made unclean very quickly if Riptide don't seal this one out. Yeah, I think Riptide will be wanting to keep these sheets clean. All right. Little holding the Frisbee, which probably means he's going to pull the Frisbee.
Oh, I love the clap to signal they're ready. Trying to get that team morale up.
Is that an East Coast move? I think that was an East Coast thing.
Right,
Appleby under the pool. Tran in the middle of the field. Gordon, totally free.
I love seeing him in the underspace.
Not sure what the force is.
Looks like a straight up.
And the wind just picked up as he threw that backhand, so nice to...
Donaldson taking that low. Oh, just got wet from the marquee.
Throws Tran open there. Good little shot, good little error connection.
Looking up the field.
Donaldson.
Back to Donaldson, the break around.
And a big shot to Brilly. There's 3 players around him, and none of them are in the contest.
That was
Another one on the board for Riptide, and the lead widens.
Who do you reckon from Riptide is going to pull this disc? Let's watch.
I have my suspicions.
Go.
I think he might give
it up.
a pity pull to someone else. Probably.
Matty G's picked it up. Surely he can pull. Oh, looking at Donaldson. Throws it to Donaldson.
I think perhaps the sign of Riptide's confidence in the second half, the tell, so to say, will be who's pulling the disc. I think if they palm off this Frisbee to someone who maybe wants to throw a disc very far, it might be indicative of their level of comfort in sealing out the game.
Jack has been pretty accurate with his pulls this evening. Seen, I think, 2 rollers.
I've seen 2 rollers that have gone about half the length of the field.
But on the field, and this wind is picking up, so it'll be an upwind pull. It's actually kind of gusty, but it's hard to tell here under a little shade.
Looks like a match defense call from Riptide, hands out, unless they're all just pointing to where they're planning on turning it over.
But only 3 of them had it was like a little fist out. Oh, the clap signaling they're ready. Disc
Got the
up.
rhythm.
It was very well timed. Disc up by Donaldson. Again with the roll to Oscar. Tries to stop it with his foot. Centers to Luke with the around to Little. Little just couldn't hang on to that. Ramadan still streaming deep, realised the turnover and walking back to
Flyers
the disc.
cannot let this one go in, I don't think. Oh, it's faked out. Curtis totally buys it as well, and Donaldson takes him downfield.
Oh, that's
Mind
sneaky.
games.
He's in his head.
Far more exciting than anything else going on.
Oh, now he's got the
Donaldson
disc.
throws Brilly open. He's in power, and he finds Appleby, but I reckon Oscar's going to get this one.
Oh, beautiful D by Oscar. Oscar's just so threatening in that deep space in the end zone.
Marty's looking for under the end zone. There's 2 players on him. Someone's poached.
He's
Appleby's
streaming deep.
out in the lane. Curtis is completely unmarked.
Where's Jack? Not on. Oh, Appleby's
Oh,
on
good move
climbing.
there. Give go on the
Got Johnny
push
in the middle of
flat.
the field with no mark.
Maya.
Maya.
Ramadan. Trying to find Warren White. And the forehand, the goofy forehand. There's a stoppage in the field.
That was a
Well caught by Little to avoid the
turnover.
first and foremost the annoying discussion, but yes, to also avoid the turnover.
There's a still bit of discussion. I'm guessing it was a pick. It was an interesting forehand. But it worked, and a great read by Little. We got Ramadan back in the handler space with Oscar front of stack, which will also be in the handler space.
Turnbull.
Looking for the swing to Little, looked off.
Puts it up. Warren White's under there.
Oh.
Snatches it. I think he's on the line. And Kleinig
Kleinig.
through the gap in between Matty G and Brilly. Brilly's not happy with that one.
They needed that. Flyers needed that.
The grimace and the slow clap. Not a happy bunny.
9-7. Like we keep saying, Riptide were easy favourites for this game, and the Flyers are not giving up. And they have their small roster too, with only the 1 sub Flyers, and they're still playing very well, and it looks like they've got a lot of energy in them, which is good to see. Have Luke as their sub, so Ramadan and Turnbull on the field at the same time. This is exciting.
I think if I was Oscar, I think I would probably go for a walk downfield. And look, he's probably worked really hard on the weekend. But
In the handler space.
I think if I was him, I would go scare some. I'd go scare some Riptide defense. I think that the Oscar matchup is always probably going to be the most well-respected matchup. I think if he takes himself downfield, he'll probably draw a lot of attention. Leave some of the more veteran throwers behind the disc and open up some stuff downfield. Dangerous one if he gets it as a cutter as well, having his exquisite range of throws.
Half the team clap there. We got Little with the disc for the pull. There's the inside. Still sitting, and it's going
Good hang time. It's going to land in.
Beautiful.
Foley's underneath it.
Oh, they get down there.
Looking for Tran, but there's nothing there. Matty G in the 1.
Oh, tried to catch it one-handed. Bit difficult to catch that one.
I reckon he's done the right thing technique-wise there. He's got his hand behind the disc. Tonkin puts up the bladey shot. Buckland.
Oh.
And this jump before he catches it. He calls himself in.
He calls himself in. He caught it like in front of him with the disc completely on its side.
Good find there by Tonkin. That's a really quick pickup. Very quick analysis of the field. And
that's a break.
Yeah, break that
That's
from
a break from the
Northern
Flyers. Beautiful. So now they're only the 1 break down. Marty's
done his job. Done his job for the point. Go have a sit down. Trying to find the nearest triangle stool.
Oh, we gotta zoom in on Marty as he's walking off. And then I don't know what that was.
Beard's looking good this time of year.
Beard's looking good. Back to the Frisbee. This is why we're all here. We have Ramadan with the pull. First time here, he is pulling it this evening. I think they're going to again call a match. Oscar calling the matchup.
I reckon this will be one of the better pulls of the game. I reckon Ramadan's a underrated puller.
Starting from the middle of the field, still a bit hard to tell, but it will be kind of downwind. Oh, they're in sync with that clap. And then the pull is up.
Great pull.
Very high. Beautiful hang time, very high. Foley lets that
Doesn't get the distance, but does get the time. And T-stack again.
Brill with the...
So the disc is on the wrong side of the field to really utilize the isolated players in the tee. Does find Wilson. Probably at quite a high stall as well. And Froud in the middle of the field. Player trailing. If Froud can run to the end zone here, I don't think Oscar's really going to chase him.
Matty G with the under. Trying to direct people with the disc.
Up
with
the line, Johnny's there.
Tran. The beautiful read by Tran.
And thrown into space for the goal.
It just looks so effortless and easy from Riptide. Their patience and just their decision making has been really, really good tonight.
So hold there for Riptide.
Oh, we're watching that jump again. Look at that height that Tran gets. And then the composure to pass it off.
Inside turn into the field from Tran. Beauty of turning that way in the field is he manages to find the free player straight away, which leads to an assist. So
gets the Frisbee off and then continues up the field and then catches the goal.
And then gives his players a lecture on the line about how great he is.
Sure, that's definitely what's happening. He's wearing his beach shorts. Went and played beach for Australia. Who do we have? We got Buckland off for the Flyers. Appleby off for Riptide. Donaldson with the disc in hand.
Riptide D-line again. What are we going to see? Just match seems to be working.
There hasn't been anything other than match. I think it's working well. There's just no wind.
I think this is the point I'd probably start getting lazy and start calling something a little bit more fruity.
Don't mind a bit of poach sometimes, but planned poaching. Oh, Donaldson's got the guns out again. Oh, that's very high.
Bit of a rocket. That's a good one. I think it's going to land clean in the middle of the end zone there.
Oh, and everyone's
there's going to be players there
down
to put some pressure on straight away. Matty G and is that Froud?
I think so, yeah. They
Froud
booked it down there.
Big break goes up from OT. Little's in the deep space, but not be thrown to.
Marty with the disc, looking back at
Tumble
OT.
Meyer and 30 wanting the same space really, really badly. Does find Meyer in the end.
Oh, but can't hang on to that one. Who's going to pick up the disc? Looks like Tran is walking up to that one with...
Tran. Looking for Brill. Great shot there.
Oh.
And it is held on to. Is it in the field?
Oh.
It's bobbled.
Is it in the field? Will we luckily get to see a replay?
I don't know if we're going to see it from here.
Oh, we got Baddix coming over to watch the replay and Buckland as well.
Where's the line?
I don't know if you can...
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh.
Hang on, he's not got it yet.
Oh, no, that's...
Oh, go back.
I think we can do that. We're going to have to watch it all again.
Because he was fumbling it.
I think that might be...
It's looking a bit out.
I think that's a bit out.
He did try to keep his back foot in. I reckon by the time he's tried to gain control of the disc, yeah, the back foot is up and the front foot goes down.
Richie, you want to say something? Rich? Hard to tell.
Leave it in the hands of the players. I've got my opinion.
I think we have the same opinion. I don't know.
Very hard to tell. Okay.
Because you can't see his hand if he's got control.
I think my opinion is there was all that space to throw it to and decided to throw it
Out the back.
out the back.
Deserves to be out.
It deserves to be out by the...
Yeah, we'll see if the disc lies or not.
Camera-
Tran back in and Garen's underneath it.
Beautiful cut by Garen to the front cone. Cameraman said it deserved to be out. Throw was too far. I think we're going to maybe get a replay happening here. Love the banter between the players. Sometimes the banter between teammates as well. It's great to see. Donaldson's got the disc in hand. Ready to pull it again. Getting a replay of that. Garen singling the goal. Score is 11-8 Riptide's way.
I think a player who's doing a lot for Flyers here is Luke Meyer.
And he's in for... Oh no, he's not. But he's playing...
I believe he's on the roster complete.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a lot of good, consistent disc moving and distributing. I think again, as I was saying about Wilson earlier in the game, a lot of doing things right quietly. A little bit of a slip up on that last point, but I think we'll forgive that for.
Can't always be perfect.
Yeah, I think he's
Done well. Been a very reliable
looking at these
player.
lines. I think he's probably playing above his station a bit. Pull from Donaldson. With the beautiful Adelaide skyline in the background. God, what a city. Right, Meyer to... Looks like Tonkin.
Looks like Tonkin.
That forehand fake looks like a Tonkin fake. So we've got Little with the Christmas shoes. Ramadan.
They're forcing to...
Big shot goes
sideline.
up. Buckland's underneath it.
Oh,
Team's
he's
nowhere near it.
sprinting.
He's got to work very hard
Oh,
and
yes.
catches it in stride.
Oh, look at that celebration.
Looks like a big spike. I reckon that's a...
Luckily, no spirit here. We can spike the disc.
Nah, well caught. Well caught in stride.
That was beautiful.
You always worry with those ones. If your receiver catches it too hard in stride, does the disc just slip out of the hands? That's what I was kind of unsure about there. Good 90-degree angles with the...
Oh, look at that celebration.
Oh, yeah.
And the sideline too. They're
Great
just,
cut.
just
Good
as
cut.
proud.
Right. Oscar Turnbull pull, surely.
Oh, yes, Oscar Turnbull. Oh. It'll still be a match.
11-9 to Riptide. Really needs something to happen here. Defensively. Needs some blocks. Ramadan's off the field. So the question is who's doing the job? Who's getting the blocks on this Flyers line?
Oh, I would love to see Harry. I reckon nearly most of their players.
I reckon Harry would be a bit shagged from that run, but he also might be feeling pretty amped, so I wouldn't put it past him. I believe Buckland's just come back from playing beach clubs. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little outing.
The top that he wore.
Nice there.
He wore one of the kits that he got at beach. It's an interesting kit. He got a lot of comments about it.
All right, I reckon that's a pretty good pull from OT.
Beautiful
Good hang time.
Middle of the
Caught by
field.
Appleby. Well looked off Tran. Finds
Middle of
Foley
the
in the
field.
middle. Gordon's going deep. Finds Jack instead. Tran.
Matty G streaming
Big
in
under.
the under.
Lots of separation on OT. Matty G can really abuse this matchup. Oscar's going to be trailing. Brilly. Tran.
Looking for the
Foley's doing a lot of moves.
Look at this, just beautiful offense.
Good containment defense from Warren White there. Tran on the
Tran.
inside.
Donaldson
Looks for Donaldson. He's going to have to tow it.
Oh, I think that's
Huge bid from Buckland.
it. He just spiked the disc on Buckland.
Lord.
We just got a disc spike onto the back of Buckland. Can we get a replay of that? We love the banter of the players here.
Let him know
All
who's
friendly.
longer.
All friendly though. We all like each other. Let's see that again. I don't know if you can see the spike onto
Oh,
Buckland.
well-timed
huge
bid, I
layout,
reckon.
and then the spike onto Buckland's back with the disc on the floor.
Yeah, the marquee's just covering up Buckland's dump truck.
I don't know who put the marquee there. It might have been some. Yeah, no, but it was raining and the players appreciated it in the first game, but that just stopped that. But a huge bid by Buckland. I told you on the line when you said who was going to get that.
That is very true, actually.
is-
I didn't
I
see
called
any of
it.
the other six boys laying out for a sick block, so
I called it. It was the
good show.
adrenaline.
Good show to do that after a nice big deep cut as well on the prior point.
He had the adrenaline. Massive bid. That would hurt. And he did the great one in front of us too. That got taken out by his own teammate under his legs. Just the commitment by Buckland this game. Very good. Donaldson with the disc. Oh, there he is. Playing very well tonight.
Get the white shirt, Messi.
Oh, look at
Chains
that.
out.
Bit dirty at the front. Donaldson with the disc. I think they're probably going to do match again. But I would like to see change it up. But 3 points in front.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Donaldson pulling from, oh, he's practicing kind of a bit of a spin there. Wonder what type of pull we're going to see. Got Jordan on the field with his very bright yellow hat.
It's interesting because I think if you match up on paper Riptide against Flyers, I think Flyers win all of the matchups down the table individually. I reckon Riptide are doing pretty well here to take advantage of the shorter roster and a very sleepy Oscar Turnbull. Gets it in stride.
As saying
The
that,
stack
Oscar
has forgotten how to move downfield with the play. 30's going deep. I would have just put that
cut
just to see what happens, to be honest. All right, we've got Kleinig, Ramadan, and Wilson
and he's
holding on to
got-
it at the same time. That is sick. An almost one-to-one replay of his block earlier in the game. He wants to see it. Did look very good.
His teammate Foley loved it on the sideline, telling him it looked huge. I think that looked huge. I don't know if we're going to see that again now, but definitely watch that again. I can't believe he held on
Little.
to that. Little on the sideline. Jack on the mark. Looking, going to have to
Gonna
break.
desperately try and
No.
find Turnbull. Finds
Oh.
Kleinig instead.
Great grab. Bit low.
Turnbull up the line,
oh,
goes around.
Ankle broke Matt.
Maya. Tonkin.
Continuation to Tonkin.
Oh.
Oh, Jordan's now.
Doesn't quite get off of his feet. Almost has it.
Oh,
Martin
the
shoots another blady flick, and Kleinig is there in the end zone underneath it. Great finds from Tonkin.
It's goal number 2 for Curtis this evening. I think he was in one of the tipping things about the plus minuses. I don't know how the first game went with the other player, but 2 goals. I think he's had a drop. But that was just huge by Wilson. I'm definitely going to watch that again. That was huge. Can't believe he held on to that.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that again when I'm alone in bed at night.
Oh. Oh, charming, charming. But unfortunately, if 2 players catch it at the same time, it goes to the offense. That's why it stayed with the Flyers. But still, you just got to go for them because that's
Yeah,
just
pretty dumb rule, I reckon.
In netball, come from netball, if you catch it at the same time, you do a toss-up. So you stand like and look each other in the eyes, and the umpire throws it up in front of you and the first one to catch it. I don't know how that would work in Frisbee.
Well, I think if you catch it at the same time, you should probably just kiss passionately.
Yeah, I don't think that would really work with Frisbee, the whole toss-up. But, yeah, it goes to the offense if 2 players catch it at the same time. It's an interesting rule. Took away from that.
All right, so we have Oscar off the field. To be honest, I think that's not a terrible choice.
Resting him a little bit.
Yeah, had a big weekend, I reckon. All right, 30 with the pull. Big pull. Lots of hang
Beautiful.
time. Appleby is going to field it, and he's going to get Wilson straight away. And I reckon Brilly's going to be there for the continue on the break side. Looks off Matty G.
Cutting under.
Matty
Back
G
to
completely
Wilson.
free, still in his clear-out cut. Tran to Appleby. Big, expensive
To
cut to Guerin.
Oh, there he is, Matty G.
Riptide really utilizing their entire line.
Oh, and then the over to Donaldson. He's just so free at the side of the end zone there on the break side, and composes.
I think they just missed Froud there for the rainbow point, but funny little hammer to a score. That's always that'll sting, I think, for Flyers. You don't like to see that.
Get a replay of that. Yeah, I think you're right. 6 out of their 7 players touched the disc that point. It's great to see them using all of them.
I want to know where the defender for Donder is there. I think he must be in a different postcode.
Bit rough, but that was nearly the same post. Gonna be. I don't know if.
We're going to call for a different poach code.
Oh, we're getting a replay of the layout because it was just so good. We must see it again. Oh, and it's slow. Oh,
Oof.
and like, how does he hang on to that? Like,
He almost drags down Ramadan with him as well.
like he's like, that is my disc,
That's kind of romantic.
and they're just holding it there together. Still not letting it go. He
I think
stands up.
whoever lets go of it first loses possession. I'm pretty sure that's how it should work.
You have to do a series of tasks though.
All right,
I know.
Flyers must hold.
Soft pressure for possession.
10-13. It's going to be Donaldson with the pull. It is a very D line.
And the hand is up. Oscar signaling the hand up too. I reckon it'll probably be a match. Very
Opts to
bladey
throw the
pull.
blade. I think the wind's kind of tempered a little bit. We've got Oscar in the middle.
I want to see a big throw from Oscar.
Looks off Tonkin. Finds Ramadan on the break side with an inside flick, and Little is completely open.
And the
He's got
flick.
all day to catch it. Will he take it home? He does, and it's 11-13.
Oscar in the middle of the field,
Riptide's
jumping
way.
around. Oscar loved that one.
Yeah, get excited. I reckon they need that energy
need
if they're going to
that.
claw back 3 more breaks.
Did we think the orange slices worked at halftime? That's, yeah.
No, ask me again in 4 points time.
Oh, great throw. How was he so free? Kind of, don't know who was chasing him there. Ryan, it looks like. But he just kind of snuck back there and kept going, and a beautiful throw. And a composed catch. So it's 13-11. Flyers are on D. Need a break. I reckon they'll go down in match. Wonder what Riptide will pull out, if they'll have their vert stack or they'll change it up a little bit. Because the wind has dropped. It was starting to swirl a bit with an up-downwind, but it's now nearly nothing. Riptide with the hand up. Flyers still discussing. Oscar got disc in hand, ready to control his team, try and lead his team to victory.
I think we just need to see a slightly different defensive look from Flyers. I think they've got to pull something left field out of the bag that's just going to throw a spanner in whatever offense Riptide are calling here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another T-stack. I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them execute it sort of properly, and
It's out of bounds.
a break. I don't think they'll be too upset about that though.
You heard that from Oscar. He Tried to rip that. Don't know if he's too happy about that.
And, as called, it is a T-stack. I think this is probably, I think a brick is the best case scenario in this choice. Gives Flyers time to recognize what's going on, time to adjust.
Again, we've got Donaldson.
A little bit of a bracket being set up. It's got Marty in the deep. I think we just need to throw another player out into the lane and then happy days.
Got Donaldson in the lane with Matty G.
Foley's probing Meyer on the defense here. Underrated move.
Trying to get it in his head. Love a bit of mind games in Frisbee. Wilson telling people where to cut as he's walking to the brick mark. Foley's pretty
So
clear.
giving the ISO players the under here. Both
Jack's
players
streaming
have the under, but neither are thrown to. Foley on the break side, so the T's going to collapse.
Oh, Jordan streaming deep, not
Matty G in
thrown
the
to.
under.
Comes
We're now
back
just in a
under.
standard vertical. Foley's behind it. Great break throw.
Looks for the continuation to
Snappy
Tran.
backhand.
And we got
There's a possibility
Jordan.
for a deep throw, but it's looked off.
Jordan straight
Foley.
back.
Tran.
Oh,
Snatched.
so good. Sanders to
Donaldson in the middle.
Oh,
Donaldson commanding the field. Not happy with what he sees. Tran, Donaldson, and Brill.
Oh,
Looks
there's
like
been
a
a
pick has
call.
been called.
There's been a pick called. I love it when the handlers try and like control the game, tell people where to cut. The same cut's gonna be go again.
Season, well, I'll only stream it if there's no pickles.
Been told by the cameraman that.
Yeah, I'd like to see where that pick call was. Very negative throw from Donaldson to Tran, but does reclaim a few yards on the break side to Foley. Looking central. He might find Brill or Tran here, and he does Brill on the inside.
Oh,
That is stone cold drops.
he couldn't.
Not the first tonight.
Not the first, and I don't know if it'll be the last.
Ramadan finds Meyer unmarked. Turnbull.
Oh.
He's going to have to bid, and he does.
Oh my God, that was huge.
Classic Oscar Turnbull bid. Show that to Mike Neild immediately.
Back to
Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Oscar's going to have to work here. He's going downfield. There's a player poached.
Oh, streaming under. I want to see something huge. That was huge from Oscar. I want to continue seeing that. Like, he is a game lifter. He will bring his team to victory. He has that ability. The adrenaline, just watching that. Can't imagine the adrenaline that would be rushing through his body now. Oh, we're seeing a replay.
It's coming in.
Oh,
Oscar Turnbull with the disc.
air. Oscar's got
Little
the
on the cone. It's not coming. It's Ramadan in the middle. He'll find Meyer on the break side. Takes a while. He's going to milk it. He's free, though.
And got a Marty.
And it'll be a contest.
I think that was going to, that throw was to
Looks
Marty.
like Matty G gets the final touch.
Marty had 2 Riptide players.
Oscar won't be too happy about that. He's put a lot of a lot
his-
of guts on the line this point.
Put his heart and soul into that point, I reckon. And that was a huge layout to catch that.
Not over yet though. Standard verts.
They're fun.
Riptide have a lot of field to work this up. Coming in from the defending end zone line.
Everyone else is on, so.
Tran walking up.
Got Marty out in the lane.
Centers to Foley, around to Brill. Jordan running into that open under space. Matty G. Back to Foley. The continuation to Guerin, who cuts under. Up the line.
Power
to
position. Ben Foley.
Power-
Jack Donaldson's going deep. Buckland's there.
Most people are
I think you can't.
Oh, but it's Donaldson all day.
Oh, again with the spike near his face. You can't. You just can't. Jack is just too tall. I don't know if we might get a replay of that, but the friendly disc spike just show you unlucky. There's really nothing you can do. That was high in front. All day Jacks.
Yeah, great effort from Buckland. That's huge.
And then the
Way to be
little
in the contest.
the little friendly bump. Oh, the 2 friendly bumps. They're friends. It's okay. It's okay. That was just beautiful. I love seeing, like, Jack he can do it all. Handler and deep receiver. I thought the Flyers had that point. Like, they were looking good.
On the doorstep and through to the matchup with 2 defenders instead of
Like,
none.
oh, look at this layout. That would hurt.
Get that man on a rep team.
In the trackies. And then just So we got
Not over yet. 11-14. But it's close to being over.
So Riptide just got to get this break to win, but yeah, not over. Donaldson has the disc in hand. I reckon he's done every defense pull. He's done every pull for the team. I reckon they'll go down in a match.
He's got the rest of them so well trained, doesn't he? They don't even think about going near that disc.
The one time someone else picked it up, Matty G, then passed it to Jack. Both teams with their hands up, signaling they're ready. Donaldson with the pull. Looks like
Maya.
Send us
Turn
to
ball.
Oscar.
Needs something to happen downfield.
Still
Warren
in the
White.
center.
Looks off Kleinig. Ramadan. Turnbull inflow. Maya going deep. Looked off.
Little in the middle of the field.
Ramadan
Round to the
again.
Ramadan.
Maya
streaming
holds
deep.
onto it. Still in field.
Oh, we
Tompkins
got
there.
Marty running
Roll
deep.
reversal time.
Oh my
And
God.
Luke Meyer finds Marty Tonkin with the blady forehand to the other side of the field.
That was a good throw.
That's been a good one in the pocket of the Flyers tonight. I think if we could characterize each team's offense, we'd have that sort of very swingy pendulum from Riptide, and we've got that beautiful, opportunistic sort of creative throwing from Flyers. Very, very well found, but this time Tonkin on the receiving end of that blade.
That's a good throw.
Yeah, good little shot.
From Luke. We haven't seen many throws like that from him today, but he's been very reliable doing those undercuts and then
Yeah, I think that's the little treat he gets for being such a good boy for the rest of the game.
he's done well. I think he had one drop, but done very well. And then throws that dime. Great to see. So to win this game, Riptide just have to hold.
Yeah, I think if Flyers get the opportunity to play any more offense this game, they've just got to go green lights.
We're getting a zoom in here on Baddix.
Zoom in on Andy Baddix's chest.
What is he? What has he got on? What is that? It's his.
I believe that's 200 games.
How many games is that?
200.
200 games for Outbreak.
Andy's saying hi to Greeny. John Greenfield, if you're out there. Super League's biggest fan.
Newcastle Ultimate, he said.
Shout out, Beam Boys. Right, Turnbull with the pull. Can Flyers find a block here? Can they make a block happen? We've got Foal underneath it to Tran.
Oh, they run down. Pressure's on.
Again,
Matty G in the middle of the field.
Riptide always seeming to find that first continuation after the fielding the pull. Donaldson.
Down
Tran.
to Tran. Looking for the
Foley.
continuation to Foley.
Finds Teen on the break side, held on to.
Back to Foley.
And it goes
Oh.
up, Donaldson's there, this will be the one to
Donaldson
seal it out, and it's caught uncontested, and that'll be game for Riptide. 15-12.
That's
Not with a bang, but I think with a little whimper there from Flyers, but well fought throughout the game to kind of hang in there.
I didn't think the scoreline was going to be that close. I think they actually played really well for their smaller roster, and with a lot of their players out this evening that have been key for them. So I think they still did really well, and I loved Oscar stepping up in those last couple of points, that huge grab and just taking demand, starting to pull it. Just great to see. I don't know what the scoreline was the first game. I think, yeah, don't know. Have a look at that. But second time playing, I don't know how many times they play each other. Don't know if this is the last.
3 rounds total, I believe. So
3 rounds. They'll have another chance, maybe next time.
another chance, but that is another heap of dirt shoveled on top of Flyers. So see
that
if they
means-
can claw some wins on the board before the season ends.
That means they still haven't won a game, and Riptide are undefeated. They're looking good. They've just got experience and just the patience. Oh,
Yeah, let's have another look at this. After a whole weekend
Oh
of
my God.
stunting on East Coast kids as well.
That's sick.
Couldn't have asked for better form. Straight up.
And he's so, like, casual about it. Like, just, yeah, I know. He's in the trackies. I reckon everyone will be re-watching that. send it to the selectors.
Add it to the bank.
Have a highlight reel from Oscar, all his layouts, layout Ds, and also catching offense layouts.
All right, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching from elsewhere, or if you're just re-watching to get a load of those sick Oscar grabs, I've been Alfie.
And I've been Chantel, and yeah, this has been a great game. Oh, and cameraman Mike.
Big thanks to Mike as well. Beautiful, beautiful work capturing those highlights. We'll see you next week.
ULTI.TV